The truth is that it's not all human beings that are actually human beings. It's not everyone you see in the physical appearance that is human being. The Bible talk about celestial beings that also exist. My church prayer band leader disclosed to me a shocking revelation. There's a particular place where we went for our Easter convention. And where we had the convention, there is a sea that is close to that area. So he was narrating to me a person that had an encounter with a marine spirit. And it was actually shocking. It was scary. What happens is that the man is having his house close to the sea. So according to the experience of the man, he saw this lady, and as usual, they will appear to be very good looking and very hard to resist. So instead of him to hold his guard and ignore her, he was moved to get close to this lady, unaware to him that this was a nereid. But nereids are marine spirits that they have full human bodies. We have the mermaids. Mermaids, they have half human body, and then part of their bodies is fish. So with the nereids, they have full human bodies, and they also live in the water with those bodies. So he got close to this lady, and things pick up, and he thought it wise to send this lady to his house. And being a bachelor, that means that the lady will have to do some small housework for them to be able to enjoy being in the home. So he asked the lady to cook some food for them to eat. And he gave the lady some rice for the lady to cook. And just less than 10 minutes time, this lady had finished with the cooking. Both the stew and everything. Less than 10 minutes, it's cooked. The man began to suspect something that looks unnatural. But then he decided they had a good time together. And early in the morning, the lady asked him to escort her to the house. So they moved out and they were moving towards the direction of the sea. So this man, and being bold enough, decided to walk with her towards the sea. And if you get to that place, there are some houses that are close to the sea. So the man thought that probably this lady is living in one of these houses. So they were moving on. They bypassed all these houses, and still they were moving on. So the man had to ask her promptly that, but where is your house? Because we are moving ahead. We have bypassed all these houses, and still we are moving ahead. Then she pointed to the sea. That is, this is where she lives. And at that point, the man had to be very brave, because in the early hours of the morning, what will he do? He has to be very brave enough to be able to escort her and get back to the house. And since that time, but imagine the spiritual trauma that this man will be going through. And in this case, he needs deliverance. So that is why you should be very careful when you meet a lady outside. Because not every human being is a real human being. You need to be very, very careful. Well, so that's the story. It's actually scary, isn't it? And in most cases, when this thing happens, it results in a marriage, spiritual marriage to these marine spirits. So in that case, it becomes very difficult for this man to get into marriage unless he gets deliverance. And it's sad.
Thanks for watching.